Okay, we are here to take a look at Interzoid's AI interactive data client and how we can use it to make data requests and retrieve real-time information from the web using AI on any subject that we could possibly think of. So for this example, we thought we'd have some fun and take a look at some college football players just to show you and retrieve some data about college football players from around the country. And we're doing this at data.interzoid.com, so you can go to Interzoid and get an API key, plug it in here. You need to register to do that, of course. But let's go ahead and get started. I think you can figure out how to do that on your own. And what we're going to do is here we just need to describe to make this work our topic. And what we would do is say data about college football players. Yeah, as an example, could be any subject at all. Just this natural language helps us with the AI portion of what's going on behind the scenes. And then we could create some output parameters that we're going to see, like position, recruiting info. Whoops. Probably would want team. In fact, we might want to move that up. We could put a lot of different output parameters that we want to see. To just move things along, I've actually saved a configuration. And so I've created the output parameters in advance. And so let me just quickly load that up, college football players. And so I've pre-entered all that information. You can see current team, position, hometown, recruiting ranking, height, weight, consensus description, best article URL. Just a great way to get structured information that's consistent each time we want to get some information about a current football player. So for example, I can type in one of the players who did exceptionally well last year. Let's try Jeremiah Smith. And if you watched the national championship last year, you would know that he was a Buckeye. And then all we need to do is we're going to choose the model. I have already chosen Model O Premium Nano, and you can go to the menu to get all kinds of information about which models are available and so forth. But for now, we use the Model O Premium Nano, and the idea is you can experiment with these different models and see which one makes the most sense for your use case, the type of data that you want. College football information is not that difficult to find, so we're going to use Premium for comprehensiveness, and then Nano is we don't have to search that hard out on the web to get this information. And then all I'm going to simply do is click Run, and it's going to retrieve that data. And then when it completes, it shows the textual information. Now I can save this data if I want, or we can look at it in the pretty view, which makes it a little bit easier to read and matches the parameter list order on the left side. So current team, Ohio State Buckeyes, he's a wide receiver. Chaminade Prep from Miami Gardens, he's a sophomore. Recruiting ranking, consensus #1. Previous college, well, there wasn't one. 6'3", 215. Here's some strengths and weaknesses. He was the catch radius, yards after catch ability, big play potential. Kind of gives some information about the player, all positive and demonstrating greatness here in the case of Jeremiah Smith. And then the best article URL, which of course is subjective. You can copy and paste this if you want to read more about it. And that's it for this particular player. And so if I were to try another player, for example, in exactly the same way, I could get the same data. Let's try, for example, Caden Proctor. And we can click Run there. So you can see here in the results, let me go back to the pretty view. Current team, Alabama Crimson Tide, left tackle. From Des Moines, Iowa. Recruiting ranking was a 5-star, #1 offensive tackle nationally, 5 overall. Previous college, he was at Iowa, and 6'7", 366. That's a big offensive tackle. And again, some more descriptions and some more information or a article that would be appropriate to read or to get more information. Now, this is interesting. We could do this for Caleb Downs, Jeremiah Love, Anthony Hill Jr., other players who are expected to have some great seasons in college football this year. So, we could just keep running this over and over for any player that we want. But here's the key thing. If we wanted to take this, note it also gives us the API call needed that will then respond with the same structured data in JSON form, making it very easy for you to integrate this data into anything that you want. College football is one example, of course, a fun example, but it could also be financial data, it could be business demographics. These parameters in the topic can be anything that you can dream up, try, and experiment with. And then once you have your parameters optimized and refined, and you have the topic, which is pretty basic, you could be, again, anything that you want. You now have your API call that you can use, and the topic is here as a parameter, the lookup value, and this would be the thing that would likely change from call to call. Which model you're using. I'm actually using Model O Premium here. That was what was generated. So you will get better results using that particular model. But we have several different models that you could try. Again, different credit usage values and different approaches and different use cases. You'll find that different models perform a little bit better. So that's one of the things you can do with this tool is really experiment with what kind of data you're getting back. And then the actual parameters are put into an array, which is also sent to the API. And so again, this could be programmatically integrated, single line of code in most cases, to just about anything. And that's the key idea, is that this AI interactive data client, you can retrieve any result from any data request you can dream up, experiment with it, and use it interactively. But the key point is once you have it right, again, go right here and you've got your API call that you could then integrate into a website, anything at all where it would make sense or where you think there would be an opportunity for you to leverage this data in some way. And of course, you can check remaining credits, go to your account, all sorts of different resources in the menu item. And it's pretty easy. Just go to data.interzoid.com, and of course you'll have to register to get an API key, which is how we authenticate you and then track your usage over time. So again, any data that you want, sports data, cultural data, financial, business, demographics, anything that you can think of, just throw some values at it and see what you get back. Thank you very much.